Stop drinking 818 tequila. 818 is a highly controversial brand that was launched by Kendall Jenner a couple of years ago. And it's another brand that is trying to capitalize on the popularity of a celebrity to try and sell you a tequila, but unfortunately, not a very good one, to be perfectly honest with you. This tequila brand is highly controversial for so many different reasons, with a lot of claims such as cultural appropriation and all of the different issues that go into celebrity tequilas as a whole. They are basically one of the worst offenders. And honestly, Kendall Jenner probably doesn't really need any more of your money. I could honestly sit here and make an entire video criticizing this tequila, and I've actually made 2 of those videos already, but that's not what this video is about. On top of being pretty controversial, 818 is not cheap. I've seen bottles of the Blanco go for anywhere around $60 to $70. I've seen the Reposado go for anywhere between $60 and $80, and I've seen the Anejo get as expensive as like $90. So they are charging a premium price point for really not premium anything. You're basically just paying because its name is attached to Kendall Jenner, because I can guarantee you that the juice inside the bottle is not worth that price. So in this video, I'm gonna be giving you 3 different tequila brands that you should be drinking other than 818 tequila. God, please don't buy this, please. So the first tequila I want to talk to you about is Tequila Ocho. Tequila Ocho is an absolutely incredible brand of tequila. It was created by 2 men in a partnership. One of those men is Tomas Estes. He was considered the tequila ambassador to Europe from Mexico. Now that is one of the most badass titles I've ever heard in my life. Being a tequila ambassador sounds like a lot of fun. But basically, he really helped to introduce quality tequila to Europe. He owned a lot of different restaurants and bars throughout Europe, and he partnered with an absolute legend of the tequila space, Camarena, whose family has been making tequila forever, and they created Tequila Ocho. Tequila Ocho is a single estate tequila. All of the agave used to create Tequila Ocho came from one farm, from one location, and it was made with the highest level of care and detail. And the other thing that I really love about Tequila Ocho is that it's pretty widely available in the US and even in Europe as well. The bottle of the Blanco is probably gonna run you around $50, and they created this brand to really try and push the envelope of what a tequila can be and to really introduce great brands of tequila to the world. It is one of my personal favorites, and the fact that it is cheaper than 818 and is just absolutely way better in terms of quality, and it's made by a family of tequila makers who have been doing it for so long and they know exactly what they're doing. It is also certified additive free. All right, let's give it a little sip. What I love about that is that you get that robust agave flavor right up front. It is not like a super agave bomb. It's really nice to sip on, and it's very enjoyable. It works perfectly in a cocktail or to sip on its own. And for the price, it is one of the best things that I think you can buy. The next brand that I want to talk to you about is Mijenta. Now, Mijenta is, in my opinion, one of the best direct replacements for 818 for a very specific reason. Ana Maria Romero is the master distiller for Mijenta, and she oversaw the entire production of this amazing brand. She has over 25 years of experience in the tequila industry, and so if you really want to talk about a female in the tequila industry, don't do it with Kendall Jenner. Do it with people who really have been in the space for a long time. Not to mention, it's not a gimmick. It's actually fantastic tequila. As evidenced by both of these are pretty empty. I've been quite enjoying these a lot lately, I'll tell you that. I also find the bottles to be absolutely gorgeous. And it's not just the fact that they are female owned and operated, it's the fact that they are actually 100% committed to sustainability. Everything that they do has sustainability in mind from everybody that they work with, and I think that that's super important. They are also certified additive free, which 818 is not. Right, let's give these a shot. We're gonna try the Blanco first. What I love about Mijenta Blanco is that it has a really nice complex flavor, and it's very easy to drink as well. It has a subtle agave flavor, but with really nice, awesome spice notes that are just really, really fun to enjoy on its own. I can imagine this being really nice in a cocktail as well, but overall, to sip on this is just really, really tasty. Let's give the Reposado a taste as well. That Reposado is just great. It's got this almost caramelly characteristic to it with a good amount of the agave up front. And you also get these really great spice notes similar to the Blanco, but in a more rounded out, almost caramelly way. Super incredible to sip on, and just a very, very fun and easy tequila to drink. And I think you should definitely check it out. Oh, also, they don't run that expensive. Both of these bottles, I think you can find them usually anywhere between, I think like $45 and $55, maybe $60. So about the same price, if not a little bit cheaper than the 818. And before we get to the third and final tequila that I want to talk to you about to replace 818, I have 2 honorable mentions that I talk about a lot, but it would be unfair if I didn't mention them here. So the first one I want to talk to you about is El Tesoro, this is another product from Carlos Camarena. It is an absolutely amazing, delicious premium tequila. This bottle of the Anejo usually runs anywhere between like $70 or $80. So if you're really feeling like spending that kind of money on a tequila, I definitely think you should do it with El Tesoro rather than 818. It's made by, again, a legend of the tequila industry and is absolutely delicious. And of course, my absolute personal all-time favorite tequila ever is Tequila Fortaleza Reposado. If you can find it, is usually gonna cost you about the same as the 818, but this brand right here is my absolute personal favorite. I think they make some of, if not the best tequila on the market today. I mean, everything I've ever tried by them has just blown my absolute mind. Genuinely love this one. If you can find it, stock up. And the next brand I want to talk to you about is Volans. Volans is a brand of tequila that I am obsessed with. So Volans, both of their expressions can be found for a similar price point to the 818, anywhere between $50 and $60 on the Blanco, $60, $70 on the Reposado. And this is an incredible brand. It is owned by a husband and wife duo. The part that's really interesting to me about them is that they are created at El Pandillo, which is one of the most important and famous tequila distilleries in all of Mexico. To give you an idea, this is the tequila distillery that is ranked number 2 overall on Tequila Matchmaker for all of the amazing things that they make. Some of the things that they make include Volans, G4, Artenom, and Tequila Teralta. These are all amazing brands, and everything that comes out of El Pandillo is some of my favorite stuff. El Pandillo is known for their method of making tequila and the different sources of water that they use, not to mention the traditional artisanal methods that create absolutely splendid products every single time. And Volans is no exception. Right, let's give the Blanco a little sip. Oh, you get this really incredible spice note right up front. You get this great agave flavor. And then there's this amazing underlying layer of minerality that just makes this such an amazing thing to drink. Truthfully, it's been one of the tequilas I've been enjoying the most recently. And I've been trying to keep myself in check to not drink too much of it. But absolutely amazing Blanco to sip on. I'm sure if you wanted to put it in a cocktail, it would still taste great, but I think this one would be better served neat and just to sip on. Right, let's give the Reposado a taste as well. That was a bit of a heavy pour there, Louis. Good thing it's enjoyable. Man, it's crazy. The minerality on this is just awesome. It's almost savory in a way. You get this great minerality, a good amount of spice, the agave flavors there. You get some of the barrel notes from the Reposado, but it's not super dark. As you can see, it's nice and light, and it just adds a little bit of layer of intrigue to the Blanco in the Reposado, and it's, again, amazing to sip on its own. Highly, highly recommend it, and pretty much anything from El Pandillo. Yeah, I genuinely love this tequila. Really, really good stuff. Honestly, I really don't think you can go wrong with any of these 3 brands or even any of the other 2 that I mentioned. And I guarantee you that they are all so much better than 818. 818 is truly a bad product, but if you want to know more about why that is, I have an entire video that I did over here about the problems about celebrity tequila that I highly, highly, highly recommend that you check out.